Alright, hey, what's up guys, it's Roy here, and I have another OtterBox case review for you for the Google Pixel 6 that you see here in front of you. So I already did a review of the black Defender Pro for the Pixel 6, which you can follow the card up above, but on this one, this is their Fort Blue color that they sent me. So I wanted to go ahead and review this one real quick for y'all so y'all can get an up-close look of what this actually looks like on the device. It's going to cost you around 59 bucks if you are someone that wants to get a rugged hardcore case like this from OtterBox. It does include a holster and all that, so we'll go over all that in this review. So let's go ahead and take a peek here at the actual box. So as you can see here, it looks like all the other OtterBox boxes. So you got the Defender Pro branding up here, OtterBox logo there, the opening here so you can touch and feel the case. It does say drop plus 4 times tested to military standards, so you are getting a ridiculous amount of drop protection with this case. It is got a lasting antimicrobial case protection on it, so if you are someone that cares about that, then it will inhibit the growth of bacteria, just FYI. It is made with more than 50% of recycled plastic. Google Pixel 6, made for Google Pixel, 5G compatible materials, their give back program, all the basics, Defender Pro, Defender Pro. On the back, another breakdown of exactly what we're going to go over in this video, talking about wireless charging capabilities, Outlast heavy duty, the holster and the kickstand, which we'll go over, and all that good stuff. So let's go ahead and get this bad boy out. So you want to just basically start from the top here. So just kind of pull this up, and then you'll be able to pull out, and there we go. And then what we'll do here is get this out of this here, and voila, here is the case. So I'm going to go over the holster in a little bit, so we'll kind of just put that to the side there, get that out of the way. And here is the case itself. So as you can see here, guys, you have this complete dual layer case here. With the Defender Pro, you know it stands out a little bit more because it's got these lines in here. So it does give a little bit different look versus the regular Defender, which is more of a smooth back here. So let's go ahead and take it apart real quick, and then I'll talk about the insides and the guts here. So the way to get it off is basically the way I do it is pull this little flap here that's covering the USB-C port. And what you're going to do is just pull it out just like so. And literally then you're just going to take off the outer shell, and now you have the hard shell and the more TPU rubbery shell here. And then this is the inside. So it's kind of like this grayish material. And as you can see here, there's like these arrows. So all you're doing is just gonna use your finger and just pop it apart. That's all you're gonna do here. So you're literally just taking apart this shell here. So that way you can kind of break apart the case. And, oh, missed one. And there we go. So like I said, it's a 2-part case. You have this hard plastic part and then the rubbery TPU part here. But as you can see here, this is what's housing the case. So the back here is this really soft, cushiony material that the back of the phone is going to be resting on. It does say Defender Pro there, Drop Plus, and that's pretty much it. And then you got this outer shell here that's going to house the phone. So let's go ahead and put the phone in. So I'm just going to set the back down like so. Put this on top. And then all you're going to do is just start clicking it around. Make sure all of those click in. And that's kind of how it looks there before we put this on. And as you can see there, you do have a really nice fitment around here. You can see a little bit of the black borders there of the screen as well. So obviously this is going to be very tempered glass friendly as well. And then what we're going to do next is then just install this. And all you're doing, guys, is like I talked about in the other video, as you can see here, see how it's little separated gaps? You're just pushing that down. Like literally that's all you're doing. It will find it and hug this case very snug. It's on there, nice and tight. And there it is. So there is the Fort Blue installed on my Pixel 6. So like I said, as you can see here, you got this bluish color with this gray, kind of dull gray border that's going around the bar there. So it is definitely protecting those lenses there, as you can see, but it is a very flat back, so it's not like protruding out or anything like that. So that is going to help a lot with that wobble test that we do here in just a bit. So the lenses are recessed in just a tad bit, so you are definitely going to be getting some lens protection out of it. And like I said, with this Defender Pro series, you have the lines here, the super grippy texture all around. It does say OtterBox there at the bottom as well. And then looking at the sides here, as you can see, we do have kind of just this really nice rubbery texture all throughout the whole entire side of it. So you are getting, like I said, just this complete grippiness out of it. You do have some really nice raised buttons here. So you got a really nice raised power button and volume up and down buttons with some really great texture. Going down to the bottom, as you can see here, the USB-C port is covered, like I said. You do have your nice little cutouts for your speakers. And then to lift that up, there you go when you want to charge it, but when you have it closed, it's just going to help keep gunk out and like lint from your pockets and stuff. And then here on the sides, obviously nothing. And then going to the top, you do have a square cutout there for the actual mic up top. Now looking at it from the side view here, as you can see, the front of that phone is definitely going to be protected with this case. So you do have a little more raised up on the forehead and chin. And then on the sides, it is still raised as well. So you're gonna have a complete 360 protection with this particular case. And that's how it looks looking at it from like just straight on. And then you can kind of see how that look is. Once again, you do have that more prominent gray border that is outlined with the blue. And then you do see that little cut out there for that larger speaker up top there. So that's kind of the look there. So now let's go ahead and do that wobble test that I was talking about, and let's see how shaky this thing is. So face down first, there is no shake at all. And then back down, there is no shake at all. But we already knew that with most of these cases for the Pixel 6. But the one thing that I have been pointing out is when you push it from the top, but with the way that this case is super flat, it actually just barely does move whenever I'm pushing it down. I mean, I can make it do it if I'm pushing really hard, but at the end of the day, it is going to help since it got a very flat back and that camera bump is not just sticking out like the other times it does on some of these other cases. So next, let's go ahead and do the clicky button test. So let's start with that power button first. And volume up and down. All right, guys, passes with flying colors. These buttons are very clicky, so definitely very responsive and tactile buttons. Absolutely love that. All right, so next let's go ahead and test the Qi wireless charging capabilities of this test. With it being a dual layer case, I always want to make sure we do that. So I have my Qi wireless charger here. I'm going to slap it on, and as you can see, it instantly recognized that it is on a Qi wireless charger. So it is definitely Qi wireless charging compatible. Now, one thing I will point out though, guys, is that if you are someone that likes to use like kind of magnetic accessories in your vehicle, unless you have the magnets inside this case, you are not going to be able to use this. It is a very heavy case. The phone's already heavy, but to add the extra bulk with this, it definitely will add that. So you're definitely going to want some sort of car mount in your vehicle that houses the phone and then maybe like hugs the sides or something like that. Because like I said, this thing will slip right off of any magnetic charger in the vehicle. So yeah, so now just for fun, I'm not a huge fan of talking about holsters, but the holster does have some functionality with this case. I do kind of wish that it was blue to kind of match the color, but black is my favorite color, so I'm okay with that. So with this case, you can do it two different ways with this. So you can have it where it's sitting like this, well, where you put it in there and then you click it in, and you have it sitting there where, like I said, you can use it with your belt loop and kind of, put it on your belt, and now you have your phone facing outward. Or you can totally flip it around. Same thing. Now the screen's protected because it's up against this, but the only thing that's exposed is the back with your camera lens. So that is another way that people can do it. But the other cool thing about this is it does almost act as a kickstand, which it says on the paperwork in the back. So when you click it in, what you're able to do with this is, if you see right here, you can actually click this and push it all the way down, and now it's locked into place. So if you want to watch like a video or something, like in portrait mode or landscape mode, you can do that with this case. So as you can see there, it is just sitting upright, perfectly fine, no issues at all. So like I said, if you just wanted to set it on your desk and boom, watch your favorite YouTuber, hint, hint, then boom, there you go. Now you are also able to twist it, where if you did want to set it up, like this, other way around, so this facing up, you can have it where it's leaning back a little bit, where it is still once again looking at you. It's just more portrait style versus landscape, and that's kind of how it looks there. And then if you did want to release it, all you do is push this down and boom, there it is, and now it is good to go. So there you have it, guys. There is the OtterBox Defender Pro in the Fort Blue color. So if you like this video, guys, hit that like button. If you loved it, please subscribe and ring that notification bell for up-to-date content. So be safe, God bless, and we'll see you on the next one.